Hello everybody and welcome back yet again to another daily update video. My name is CryptoStash and I hope you're having an amazing week. Currently it is Wednesday and let's get right to the charts as Bitcoin is right now trading below $90,000 once again after failing to reclaim the Fibonacci golden pocket right here. You can see I did tell you that this bottom right here would be a potential bull trap being set in my previous video, and you can see right now we are testing this low again. Now we do have a pretty big chance for a bullish SFP right here. So what this means is that we start dropping below this level and then price just wicks very fast above it, back above it, since if we fail to close below this level right here, this would be considered a confirmed bullish swing failure pattern. So as you can see right now for the day we are actually down around almost 5% for Bitcoin, you can see. While the stock market was pumping actually today, you can see right here on the daily, the Nasdaq was very bullish today, bouncing from the 100 EMA. We pumped all the way up to almost 25,000. Basically you can see right here, but right now we are getting rejected once again. We even failed to touch the weekly pivot. Same goes for Bitcoin, and as you can see right now the stock market has just given back all of those gains that it made today, and right now it is around 1.5% down for the day. We do have at the end of the day Nvidia earnings, so this might push the market when it goes in the after hours right here. While we are in the post market, we might see Nvidia actually start to pump quite a bit if the earnings are good. And we also do have FOMC meeting today in about 2 hours, so we are going to be getting somewhat of bigger volatility, and this is when this potential bullish SFP can play out. As I have just told you, it is very possible that we see this play out and then potentially test the golden pocket again. Otherwise, if it doesn't play out, let's enable the monthly and the weekly pivots. You can see right here the yearly pivot for Bitcoin is sitting right around $80,000. So this would be a pretty significant level to be looking for a possible bottom out. So basically if we make a order block right here down to this week that we had at around 74,000, basically if you're looking for Bitcoin to be bottoming out, it might happen something like this with a bullish divergence happening right here. And this is in my opinion how it is very possible for the Bitcoin scenario to play out. So you can see this is a very important level, and if we lose this important level, the yearly S1 is sitting at around $53,000, which in my opinion would be unlikely, since we do have the 200 EMA sitting, the weekly 200 EMA sitting at $76,000, which would be another 24% correction to the downside, and if measured from the all-time high, this would be a 46% move to the downside, which basically would be, in my opinion, time for somewhat of a relief bounce. And if we measure from the out height all the way down to the yearly S1, you can see this would be a $72,000 in price change, which would be pretty insane in my opinion, and 57% in a downtrend. So in my opinion, this would be if Bitcoin breaks below the 200 EMA, where we are going to be bottoming out for the year. But we do still have 11 days from this monthly candle, and then the next monthly candle, as I have told you, might take us just right down here. And then once January, basically the new year comes, we get this engulfing candle right here towards the downside, we potentially wick below 74,000, scare everybody out, and then we start pushing again for a potential relief rally all the way up towards 100,000 to test this level, and then maybe we start to bleed out more. These are one of my scenarios that I also have in mind, but of course remember guys, this is not a financial advice, this is just my outlook for the markets, so always do your own research and be careful while investing or trading. You can see we are also approaching the monthly S3, which is sitting at around the low 87,000. We are basically just a couple of percents away, only 2% more to the downside, and Bitcoin would be sitting around this level. Ethereum approaching the macro golden pocket, which would be sitting, as I have told you, at around 2,750, and this is also where our previous range is, right here, that we were back in April, and also where our monthly S3 is sitting right here. So this would be a pretty nice level, in my opinion, for us to get some Ethereum. Basically, if it would be a spot buy, it would be considered a cheap ETH, since from the all-time high to down here, basically 50% correction is just a discount price basically in half, which is in my opinion pretty nice, but you always do your own thing if you wanna buy or if you don't. As I said, this is not a financial advice. Solana right here, right now, struggling around the value area low of this macro range right here that we have, and if we lose 125, then the next target would be below $100 for Solana. Hype still trading in this range right here, currently below the monthly pivot. You can see potentially we might go all the way down to the monthly S1, which would be around $26, or maybe even fill the wick right here at the second monthly resistance. It is possible. Sui is on the way to fill the wick, in my opinion. XRP still looking alright, potentially doing a bullish swing failure pattern right here, the same as Bitcoin. If this low, if we fail to close below this low, then in my opinion we are going to see some up in the price again. The S&P 500 I already did cover, and as I said, we do have a order block sitting right here, liquidity sitting right here, in my opinion, waiting to be taken out. So we do have some time until potentially the S&P 500 does something like this. If you look at the liquidation heat map, you can see we still have liquidity to the downside for Bitcoin. Right now most of the liquidity is stacked up at 83,000, so it would also be a nice area for a potential bounce. Fear and Greed Index right now back in extreme fear since a couple of days. You can see we have been in that extreme fear zone. ETF outflows, you can see we have a record outflows from BlackRock, 523 million just from them, which is pretty insane in my opinion. They have been selling out basically very big quantities of Bitcoin in the last couple of weeks. So maybe they do know something, that a potential 1 year bear market has been started. Potentially, you can see right now actually we do have more buyers in the market, which would mean we might get a bigger squeeze to the downside to liquidate all those people that are longing right now. Funding rates on the major exchanges, you can see starting to flip a bit in the negative, which is also not good for right now. And as I said, we do have FOMC in a couple of hours. We do have unemployment rates tomorrow, PMI on Friday. So this week is going to be very interesting. You might see a bounce, but in my opinion, if we start dropping below this level, we are going to potentially test the lows of the $80,000 region. And I think this covers it all for today, guys. I hope you liked it, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye.